it all goes wider. I was wondering.
It started? Oh yeah, it started. Today is the day podcast. What is happening with me, Danny Malloy, and Jack Gray? Jack, how are we?
All good, my friend. Yourself?
Not too bad. It's our second attempt at an in-person podcast. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling class, mate. Our setups, you know, friend on watching this, right? We have like a, what would you say,
There's a lamp balance. There's a lamp balancing on the laptop, basically, to give us decent lighting because this room's very dark. But hopefully, in say 3-4 years, we'll have an actual studio where we can record better.
If you look at our amazing background here too, you know, 3 wardrobes in that, like
all them wardrobes lead to Narnia, by the way. But here today, what are we going to be talking about, Jack? I want to talk about it's obviously New Year's. Today is the 5th of January. New Year's, New Year, New You. You know yourself. Yeah, resolutions. Right. Let's get straight into it.
So mine, I'm actually starting off with a 75 hard challenge here on Monday, but I'm still stuck between a marathon, boxing, football. I'm still stuck. Like I don't know what one I'm gonna go down. I don't know what route I'm gonna go down. But what I've done differently this year for anyone watching that does set goals, what I've done is write why I'm doing it, when I'm gonna do it, and how I'm gonna do it. There are 3 things I didn't do last year, so I'm hoping they maybe make me more successful in doing the goals I actually want to do. So I feel like they would, because you're actually like, a deadline. You've set yourself a deadline. Why you're doing it, you need to have a why and why you're doing it. So I feel like that's gonna help me a lot to want to or get to achieve them. So
what's the actual goal itself then?
The goal to have written down currently
75 hard.
Yeah, well that's the current one on the 8. But overall, I've wrote down like how much money I want to have by a certain date. When I want to become better at whatever it is. Like I've got specific on what it is, but not with everything, only some things. Like, for example, how much money I want to make, I've got that. How much clients I want to have, how much people I want to help, like stuff like that there. I've got that like set in stone of what I want to do. But
so are you going to dare to speak it into existence on the podcast, or are you keeping it private?
I'm keeping it private because you know why I'm keeping it private? Because, well, some stuff I don't keep private, and I like saying it and looking back on it.
To be held accountable to it, like?
Yeah, but I was watching a podcast there recently with Andrew Huberman.
Yeah,
I think it was just him actually. I was talking about goal setting, and apparently when you tell more people, it's actually a bad thing. And I was like, mate, what? No way. I was like, mate, he's lying. This could be true. But then he's telling about like stats and statistics.
It's like you get the dopamine of achieving the actual goal.
Yeah,
by speaking it out to people as if you've already achieved it, but obviously you haven't actually achieved the goal, so it kind of diminishes your progress within the goal.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I thought that was crazy. But then he also goes off what do they call it? He also says in how it can be a good thing as well. He was also saying like it's good to tell maybe one person they can keep you accountable. Like he says basically there's no wrong or right, but there is more negatives in telling those people than what we originally assumed. Well, I personally thought anyway. So basically he was saying like maybe only tell one person they can keep you accountable, or like, don't be telling the whole world basically, as he's saying. Yeah. But I personally disagree and agree with it at the same time, like, but I just like telling everyone, like, I suppose that's just me, like, because then when it does happen you're like, oh mate, I told you what to say.
I told you it was going to happen. But then again, if you write down a piece of paper, you could just post a piece of paper on your Instagram story being like, I knew from day one it was going to happen. You know what I mean?
Do you know what I've done a few times? I think it's crazy, and you'll see in one of our recent videos that I haven't posted yet. I said to my mates I was going to score a hat trick one game, and the game wasn't until like 2 weeks later, or like that weekend, maybe 1 or 2. And I told him, hey, I'm going to score. You know what? I'm that confident. I'm recording. I got me and my mate goes, lad, I'm scoring a hat trick on the 16th of that date, blah, blah, blah. And it was against, I said, everything, I got scored a hat trick. Unbelievable. Then I done it the week after as well against Aldala. I goes, right, I'm going to score 1 goal. I promise you right now. Got beat 6-1. I scored only goal.
You scored only goal?
Yeah, I swear to God, I couldn't believe it. I was like, mate, that's mad. Like, I was like, what? Fuck. But it's because I genuinely believed I was going to do it. There wasn't a doubt in my mind. I genuinely knew I was going to do it because I was the best player there. Like, in my eyes, like, anyway. Like, so I suppose that's, like we were talking about the other day, manifesting, I suppose that kind of is. But like, I already believed I already don't like, was pretty cool. But going off goals, what anything you've set in stone, or is anything you're thinking about doing, or is there?
You were talking about 75 hard. It's something that I've very strongly considered. It's just I feel like would actually act more as a burden to my life, just in the sense of being university, and like I just know for a fact that the whole bedtime situation, like going to bed at the same time.
Do you know? I remember saying that. I was talking to Charlie, but Charlie was saying to me, "Oh, I want to do it, blah blah," or like I might do it, blah blah. And I was looking at the actual rules. That's actually not a rule.
That's not a
That's
rule. Is that
not-
one of the ones you can put down?
That's one of the ones I was thinking about putting down, like for myself.
Yeah.
But that's not a rule. You know what?
It's like
It's that quick to get up because I've actually screenshot because I've actually made my own one from a group. But basically, when I'm doing my clients, we're doing like or one we call the Power 7, but it's 75 days, and
would have been the Power 7.
it's Power 75 days is what we're doing. But I'll show you. So the actual stuff. So the actual 75 hard challenge is actually 2 45 minutes workouts a day.
One inside, one outside.
One must be outside and inside, which is a bit annoying because I would train twice, but then sometimes it'd be 2 indoor, and it's like, oh fuck, that's where I get my steps in. But I mean, you know, it's I suppose it's just the rules. Follow with that. This can be anything. It can be like, you know, just calories. It don't have to be like, you know, you have to,
ketogenic or carnivore diet or anything.
It doesn't have to be any specific. No alcohol or cheat meals. Drink 1 gallon of water. Read 10 pages non-fiction. Audibles don't count. Take a progress pitch every day. So that's actually the original rule. So you could easily do that. Easy. That's not even hard, mate.
I reckon I could do that, to be fair.
That's not hard. Like for you, like surely, like.
Yeah.
But if I'm looking here, for me personally, the hardest one would be tuning in and outdoor. Like I do both indoor or both outdoor, but then both, I think that would be the hardest one for me. Or maybe maybe cheat meals, maybe.
You usually are meant to add like 3 of your own non-negotiables. What would be the three that you add?
Ones I'm toying with the minute, I've only recently started ice baths. Like I fucking hate them with a passion. I don't really like them a wee bit, literally, but I just know if I say I'm going to do something and me doing that, it just like, all right, there's nothing's going to be harder than that today. Like the rest of the day is going to be easy as fuck. I had one of the most hardest experiences today. Like I fucking hated it. Like not even 1 second I liked it, and the thought of it beforehand, I was like, oh fuck. Got in, it started raining. I was like, oh.
I see it on your story. I'm going to call you out here, Jack.
Push-ups.
Can we talk about the push-ups that you do?
I could call
that you do after you get out of the ice bath, lad?
I could call it a few times.
Or half push-ups, should I say?
I know. The form was the first day was alright. Good form, first one. Second day, good one. Third day, fucking shit. I'm not gonna lie. But seeing you just get out of fucking cold ice bath, you don't think about form. You say, right, I'm doing push-ups, get them in.
Yeah. Why do you actually do the push-ups? What are the push-ups for?
So it's more like it's like, fuck, right, I've got the ice bath, to get the blood flowing again,
get
the heat back up. I also feel like once you try to get the heat back up, but once you get out and then you're shivering, your body's just naturally trying to heat yourself. So I felt like push-ups, fuck, I'll actually.
Do you have like a temperature, like the like a thermometer to measure the temperature of the body?
I
you should order one, and we have one on our one.
I was talking to someone today, Danielle. She owns the gym coming. She was saying she actually thinks it's probably a good thing not to have one.
Yeah, because they build it up in your head.
Yeah, I was like, why is that? And she says, because then if you know it, it's making it even more of a like, oh, no, when can I? Yeah. So she says it's best to do. She actually helped me quite a lot when it comes to ice because she was saying to me that she's done 100 days in a row. Like she has experience.
Straight in, no kissing.
Yeah, straight. Because I was like, fuck. So I'm just looking. I'm like, right, I'll just do that, and it helps because you don't have time to think about it. Like for some of my brother Ben got in. Yesterday he got in the day as well, so he got in and he got his legs in and got out.
Yeah.
Then I was like, lad, get the fuck in there, man.
How long do you tend to do?
My first time, how long am I doing it for?
Like, I don't know, how long do you spend actually in the ice bath? Like 3-4 minutes?
The first time, 30 seconds. Second time was 1 minute. Today was 3 minutes 20. And the reason why it was 3 minutes 20 because my brother, I got in yesterday after taking so long to get in. He got in for 3 minutes. I was like, oh, fuck. Can't be letting
you had to beat him, right?
Can't be letting that happen. Like, so, got in for 3 minutes 20 this morning. And you know what's mad? I got in the longest time, and it was the worst time in the sense that, like, in the actual thing itself, I didn't mind it. See, the thought of it was the worst because I had less sleep, less everything. But I still got it done. So still got it done.
It's definitely something I need to get back into in the new year.
Yes.
Like I used to do them religiously, like when I was in Liverpool, like every single day, me, Cameron, and Ben, and see, since I've been back home and just before I came back home, I literally haven't been doing them at all. Like, so it's definitely something I need to reincorporate back into my routine. Like,
she was slagging you. This Danielle from Legend, she was slagging Danny. It was like, you made it harder for yourself. So basically, essentially what we done, we went to Glen or something like that.
Glen
really good spot for, like really good. But we got in. But me and Danny just, if we're being honest, we're just being bitches. Like we're just walking in and blah blah. His girlfriend ended up getting along with both of us, which I'm fucking racist about. But yeah, me and Danny basically got in for like, I don't know, fully for like not even 30 seconds.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
So that's something we definitely improve on. But why is it you were doing them in the first place? Is there like a reason why you do it? Is it the benefits of the health or like what?
Yeah, just the health benefits, and see when you do them before you go to bed, lad, you sleep like an absolute log. So you do,
Log,
mate.
aye.
Like it's amazing, like the fucking sleep you get out of it. And yeah, the health benefits as well, and recovery benefits, and just to do something hard in the day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
That's
builds your character, like, doesn't it?
100%. That's the main reason why I do it personally, because if I can get that done, I know everything else is easy. It's more like
Eat the
mindset.
frog.
See, if you do something you don't like doing, it's like one of them things. Like, right, what else is throw whatever the fuck you want. If you're gonna get a nice bath, and no, at 5 o'clock in the morning, not one thing is gonna be harder. Like, that's sometimes when I go to the gym. It's the thought of going to the gym is the hardest bit. The thought of the nice was always the hardest. But see, once you're in, you've got the breathing right. See, once you go to the gym, you start your workout, and you've got 2 sets done, 3 sets. Then it's grand. It's not even hard. But it's the thoughts of doing it. The voice is like, nah, not today, mate. So I'd say that's the reason why I do the ice baths. Like,
Yeah, fair. But back to the 75 hard challenge. So you don't actually have to set a bedtime then.
you don't. So I ain't done like you do it.
It
Like,
would be something I would definitely strongly consider. But it's just, yeah, I'm just gonna sit and make excuses. I'm
it's
gonna
like think
it's
about
just,
that.
I'm going on holiday in February, so like
No alcohol.
no alcohol will be
Or
challenging.
cheat
But
meals.
I could do it because it's something I've been definitely considering. Is not drinking at all. Like not drinking not the whole year, but like definitely January not drinking. But just because when I drink, it kind of just puts me into such a bad rut. Just
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
It's not even like obviously it's the drink itself, but like it's not even when you drink you go off with crack. That is, in my opinion, like no bar.
It's the hangover.
It's the day after.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm on about.
Yeah, you're just like fuck. I'm just wasting a full day here, like, and then it comes. Sometimes it sprouts on the next day, and you're still not 100%, and then it's like, oh fuck, you just go downhill, like.
Literally. But back to New Year's resolutions, Jack. What else do you have on the cards?
Myself,
We can interrupt quickly. There's something I want to talk about, right? Something that I would love to try, kind of a challenge is. Are you familiar with the term of dopamine detox?
dopamine detox. It's no screen time or like.
Yeah,
what?
so basically when you cut down your screen time massively, you don't eat. You eat good food for the time you're doing it, and like you just cut down anything that you get dopamine from. Do you know what I mean?
I just nothing at all. Yeah, I get you. What would you consider doing?
I would love to try it just to see if it does have does have an effect on like
What
productivity
would
levels.
be stuff that gives you dopamine?
Just scrolling on my phone, like
on my phone.
just scrolling is not good at all. Like, and it's something I do too much of, definitely.
Do you know what I found? When I'm in a work block, that clock's hot. I have this timer thing. It's hot me out massively. But when I'm in a work block and I have my phone with me, say I go on my phone to find something, but it is to do with work originally. It's I'm looking for something. Say it's a client. I'm like, well, right, is this what they want to? Their daily habits. Is this what they want to start doing? I go and do that. Once I've done that, something will pop up, and then you get distracted. And you find yourself scrolling for 2 minutes. And then you think, oh fuck, what am I doing? Right, back at phone.
Yeah,
And you're like,
literally.
oh mate,
It's so bad.
so sometimes that can't happen. Which is, I want to start doing. What I want to do is, get my business WhatsApp on my laptop, so it means I don't have even a thought of going on my phone, and then just get the phones out of the room. Wherever I'm working, get that away. Definitely recommend that clock. It's fucking sick, mate.
Yeah, I need to get one to be fair. Like it's pretty cool. It's very aesthetic as well.
I've toyed with it because I thought like sooner. It's like this clock where you just basically spin around and like you
Go
can
grab it.
set like a. That's right there, right?
We'll grab it so we don't have the lessons, the Jack's description of it, so we can just see it in person, in the flesh.
In the flesh, mate. And to be honest, I didn't like. I told people about it, but I wanted to actually give it a go and see if it actually worked first. But essentially, what it is, it basically says, say for example, you can just move this up and down and set the time, blah blah, and then you press this button and it starts the timer, and then it just comes down and goes off obviously when it's done. But I hold on, I give it a go, and I wanted to see where it actually generally did make me more productive. And what I was saying about earlier, when I set my goals, I was putting down deadlines and what I wanted to achieve and when I wanted to achieve kind of thing. It's giving me a deadline to work as well, so I have this is how long I'm working for. There's nothing, like there's no phone, no nothing. This is until that the time goes off, not anything else. So I think that helps with me physically, like me having the deadline. I can physically see it as well in front of me and having the clock like right there. Do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I 30 minutes left. Oh, 20 minutes.
Work blocks are like something loads of people like kind of preach for productivity. How long do you like do within your work blocks?
I was watching Andrew Huberman on them. He does an hour and a half. It takes him like sometimes an hour and a half to get like actually
Get into it.
to get into it and what's easy knowing kind of. I do an hour and a half and then I do like a 15 minutes. In that 15 minutes I scroll my phone or I go for a walk, or I eat a breakfast, or whatever it is. But it definitely helps. But it's something I want to talk about as well. You listen to music sometimes, don't you, when you're studying, or what is it?
Yeah, like when I'm studying and doing work
Yeah.
and stuff.
What's the meaning behind that, Dark? So it's something I'd actually maybe consider.
I don't know, it kind of just stops my mind from like wandering. No, I mean, I'm not listening to like rap or just like general music in general. I'm listening to like just instrumental music. You know what I mean? There's no lyrics in it, so like you're just completely zoned in on it on the task. Like it would be like jazz music or something. And I know it's a bit mental to listen to, but it makes it a wee bit more enjoyable when you're sitting doing a monotonous task that you don't specifically enjoy doing.
Yeah, when it's like a low level work, like not low, but yeah, I'd say low. But you don't have to concentrate, not to like revise or anything. Or it's like say you're doing a presentation or something that doesn't require a lot of like focusing. Basically, I would get on podcasts. I love podcasts. Like see podcasts and they're like I don't know, like stuff like that. There you get like knowledge from it. Like fuck, that's sick. I wonder if I get into it in that. So if I'm out there doing low level work, that doesn't really like require like a lot of focus and thing. Like
I like monotonous tasks,
yeah,
like admin stuff. And stuff.
Podcast is good shit to go on. Like we've talked a lot about what goals in 75 and all the rest of it, but Danny, I still haven't said to me.
I said about the dopamine. What am I going to do? The 75?
Is there any specific things you're 100% like
specific?
Want to start doing more of or start doing less of like this year? Is there anything that you can think of, or is there any goals you've set, or like?
Yeah. I think I need to be more active and also get back to training massively. I think I've let it dwindle over the last month so bad that it's to the point now. Like obviously you spoke about how you use training to like to help calm your mind and calm your mind and like chill out your head and stuff. So I think because I haven't been training, my head's been a bit like not all of the show like massively, but you know what I mean. I'm just like it's causing me issues when I go to focus on my work and stuff because I haven't been training. So I definitely need to get back to training. I wanna start running. And have an ultimate goal this year of running a marathon.
Do you know what's mad? You think I'd saying this? There's a marathon in like 4 months' time, and I was looking at it recently.
Where is it?
A Belfast Marathon. It's one of them. I think it's Belfast Marathon. Something like that. I think it's Belfast Marathon. Anyway, it's in 4 months' time. Something like the 5th of March. I don't know. Something I can't remember the exact date. But I was looking at the other day, and because I don't know where I do football or boxing, it's one of them ones where I can do a marathon and do boxing and do a marathon, do football, but I can't do
all three.
Can't do all three. Well, you can do all three, but you're not gonna get. You're not gonna like. If personally, I can play football. As in, like, I could just not take it serious and go do boxing, no problem, easy, because I've got that much experience with football, so I'm already good at it. But you can't play boxing. Like, I'm not good enough to be able to even attempt to play boxing. So if I were not take it serious, I'm gonna get positive about it. But if I had experience in boxing, like 10 years or something, and I start like not doing as much in terms of people, then I have that skill. Then I could. Not play it, but like play it out more than what I think. But right now, I would get my head fucking beaten. So I would. I can't really take it. If I'm committed, No, there's no point like going half-assed. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. To be fair with that situation, this is what I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about doing football Thursday. Then Thursday night, so 2 double football on Thursday, and then boxing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday boxing, and then match Saturday, and then. I don't know. It's got I find out all the plays in the back.
Like the properly train for a marathon, you'd have to be running like 4 or 5 times a week, like at least. Like 4 times a week.
Yeah, I think I'm actually
the runs get awful long. Like my brother was training for marathon, his runs were being like 3 hours long, like 20 miles and stuff.
I'm quite a good runner. I actually think I'm quite a good runner. See, for me personally, it's never been fitness. Like for me, for running, like it's always been like.
Clear the head.
Mentality, like fuck. I need to get this next lamppost.
Yeah, that's the problem with me with running, but I just don't enjoy it. Like it's not a fun pastime at all. Like
nah, I agree. I like after feeling like but see before I actually run itself, I hate it. But when I get this stage, where like it's not my breathing running. I really couldn't be fuck my legs or something tired. It's not my actual like fitness, but it's my legs tired, and I'm like right, I'm not gonna I don't want to run anymore, so I just do. This is what helps me anyway. I aim towards a lamppost, so like I get this lamppost or this tree, whatever it is, whatever's in my surroundings, and then once I get there, and then I aim for the next one. That's when I get the high distance, whatever it is. But my furthest is 32. Like,
your what? Sorry,
10k off marathon. My furthest of our round was 32.
32. What's a marathon?
Kilometers, 42.
42.8 or something, isn't it?
But they were talking a good 5 years ago, like so. We're talking like a long time ago.
It's probably been that long since I properly ran. Like the last time I properly ran was during lockdown when there was nothing else to do. You know what I mean? So-
That's when I delete them up.
Yeah, so like I don't know how I would.
And it was good. The weather was good as well.
Yeah, the weather was class during lockdown, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was sick. So what's things you want to stop doing less of?
To definitely spend so much time on social media. Another massive one is one Jack's been slagging me about is the consumption of nicotine. Is definitely one I need to fucking sort out. What else? Just being more productive with my time as well. Like my time management / productivity is absolutely horrendous at certain points, and I know that I can improve upon it massively.
Yeah, but it's good that you know.
I'm aware of the problems.
Yeah, it's good you're aware that you know, because some people just look and think I'm doing it and don't like they think all they do is think, right, that's what I'm going to start doing, this is what I'm going to do, blah blah. But the fact that you already know what you kind of need to stop doing or like cut down on is a good thing, because most people when they're looking for goals or like things they want to do, they always think of that and don't think of what the things they want to stop doing. And the fact that you already know this one is cut down on or like stop is a good thing, because most people don't look at the things they need to stop doing, they only look at the things that they need to start doing.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Not that, yeah, definitely I understand what you're saying, but yeah, with training and all and stuff. Yeah. What about you? What would be things you want to cut down on?
I think Sunday for me, I always save a lot of calories over for Sunday, and I always get a big, massive monster. When I mean massive, we're talking like massive, like I don't know, like a chocolate bar, a Ben & Jerry's. You know, you throw me a celebration, I'm not gonna say no. Like one of them ones, like, but you know. I feel like I don't feel I feel like cut down that easy. Like I don't feel that's a hard thing for me to do. But I think the reason why I have been eating that much because I know I have calories there, and I know, you know what, I think it's because I know the rest of the week I'm not eating shit. I know Sunday, I know I can get that, or at least Saturday night kind of thing. So, but I still definitely wants to cut down on chocolate, and that's what I'm doing. So I could eat. I'm gonna do a chocolate bar a day on a Ben & Jerry's after 75, but 75 hard chance I'm not eating
Any chocolate?
No chocolate, not at all. Like, which I think is possible, and I do think I can do it like 100%. Like, but I'll be the hardest one by. Oh no, ice bath. If I do it, I'm doing ice bath every day. That'll be.
The ice bath's one of them things. Like once you do it for a while, you get used to it. You know what I mean? It becomes your routine.
Hopefully, like, because
at the minute it's not
5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not there. Like, especially today. Like, it's really hard. Like, but I got done. Like,
well, what made it so hard today? Just the rain. You said it was raining and all, didn't you?
The rain went on skinning, which was grand because it was already in. But what made the hardest was the less sleep. According to tanks of play football last night, and then that thought of less sleep. Oh, I need to get an extra half-hour sleep. But in reality, I felt I had the same energy as I did yesterday. That's maybe because it's only half an hour, and if I long as I get back to normal sleeping pattern, I'll be grand the next day. But I felt like when I woke up, I was like, no, I need another half hour, blah blah. But I was like, and then look at the ice bath, and you're like, I'm already not enough sleep. And like, fuck.
Yeah.
But it's got it. Like,
I'd say that's another thing I need to focus on massively this year is improving my sleep quality, like on my sleep in general, because like you're so ineffective when you have bad sleep, don't you? Aren't you? Like,
sleep's so important. Like I've noticed, because I'm trying to practice getting up at 5 or 4:45. And around that time, 5:45, and see, because I wake up 6:45. See, the extra hour, I'm trying to get more work done. If I get an extra hour, it means I've got an extra hour of like before anyone else is up. So I feel like I'll make more productive. But at the minute, at this current moment in time, I guess about 7, 8, or if I go to training, it's grand. But if 7, 8, or after I come home from training, all I want to do is sleep.
yeah.
From 7 onwards, I'm already fucked. But I think it's because my body's not used to waking up at that time and going to bed. I'm going to bed at the same time, but I think it's not used to that much hour sleep. I think my body will adapt it. Hopefully, if it doesn't, I'm going to go back to 6. But I want to at least give it like fucking 30 days or something like that.
Yeah.
See if it does help. We're going to.
Yeah. But here, let's get into New Year's resolutions and goals that we have for Today is the Day podcast within 2024.
That's a good topic, because I don't know. Me and Danny actually we've talking about it on the podcast, but I've not actually discussed what it is exactly. Like, we haven't set in stone nothing, but we'll talk about it. Personally, for me, I feel like most people, I don't know. I feel like most people, including myself, anyway. Well, me personally, anyway. I'll talk from my experience. I aim too close. I don't look in the far distance, so I'm trying to like. Alex Moose talks about a lot about
a longer time,
longer time wise. And essentially why he says that is because if you do something, you're always thinking about a year progress, but what if you look in 5 years' time, if you consistently doing things, them 100 minutes, he always says 100 things for 5 years, what obviously doesn't achieve. So I feel like we should maybe look at a longer time rise, but as well as a short time rise. It's good to have.
Yeah.
good to have
So
both.
what about we'll look at it in a year's time, then also 5 years' time?
Right, we'll get up our socials here as well, because I assume we'll have goals for them, as in like how much followers or all that kind of stuff. So right now for Instagram, in 1 year's time, and then we'll go 3 and then we'll 5. And we'll predictions. We're sitting 99 followers. So we're on 100. Someone did finally help us out and get 100, but sadly someone's unfollowed. So, but as happens, like, but in fairness, we could, I think, something that we could work on. We obviously plan this podcast more. Uploading the stories.
Yeah.
We're sure our content, but like that's it. There's not much, like, people can't connect with you as much, I feel like.
Yeah,
but,
I get you. I'm more engagement with the actual audience.
Yeah. That's why I'll be good doing the 75 hard, like, because that would engage the audience quite a lot. Like, I feel like I like doing the space, but also wouldn't mind doing today. Also because we talk about kind of like self to my family and stuff, like in line with what we talk about.
Wait, what is it, sorry?
This, like, doing the 75 would in line with what we talk about a lot.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So kind of thing, and then also it'd be accountability, which would be good that way. Anyway, so 99 followers on today's podcast. Where would you like to be in 1 year's time?
In a year's time?
What's realistic? Like, if we're like being 100% thing, 1 year, what do you think?
I would definitely love to see it over 2,000 followers.
That's a good goal.
In a year's time.
Yeah. Minimum. 2,000. I would have said that too. I thought Danny was going to say something like,
a million.
Yeah, that's right. But it's good. It's good to think big. Like,
100%.
100%. See if anyone, like, don't be like, if anyone does set big goals like that, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I think it's fucking class, but it's good to, like,
be realistic in a
be
sense.
realistically as well. Don't get me wrong, it's good to have them too, but it's good to have both. That kind of way. But so I would agree with him on 2,000. So 3 years time.
3 years time. 10k, over 10k.
Yeah,
over 10k.
I think the exact same thing, 10k. And 5 years time.
5 years time. 100k.
I spent the exact same thing.
They're just nice numbers.
They're
nice numbers.
See as well, 5 years of consistently doing it. I know we need definitely be more active. I know we're only uploading, but that's all we're doing. Within the minimum that is required at the minute. But I think I'm going to make excuses here, but he's doing something, I'm doing things, blah, blah, but that is an excuse. We know ourselves, we could spend 30 minutes extra, working. So
I agree. I think like one way we need to kind of tackle it is definitely making it more engaging, and also bringing on guests.
Yeah, guests.
This year is a big goal that I want to have this year, bringing on good guests.
I'm on the exact same boat as that. Like, I want to have more people on 100%, but as well, I don't want to think like, oh, we're going to get fucking, I don't know, like,
Stephen Bartlett on next week.
Yeah. So I think me and him at the start were similar. We like thinking big. I think we maybe thought too big in the sense of like, no. I disagree, because you should always think big in my opinion. But maybe we thought like 1 month we're gonna have someone that like kind of thing. But again, you don't shoot, you don't score. Like, I went up to that cunt. What do you call him? How do you call him, Mike?
Oh, like the first week of starting the podcast, you went up to Tom Smith and said to him about coming on the podcast.
I don't know if we've ever talked. Have we talked about this? Not?
I don't know if we've talked about this in the podcast.
But essentially, I went to watch Jordan Peterson in the Odyssey. I think it was. Odyssey. I think it was Odyssey. Was it? Odyssey. Anyway. And funny enough, I was sitting there and I looked over to my right, and Thomas was sitting there, and the person I was sitting beside was his brother's girlfriend. And she says to me, I goes to her, here, try and I just go over and ask him to go on the podcast and get a photo of him. And she goes, what do you know? Are you mad? And me, a couple of years ago, would never have done something like that. But I was like, you know what? What is the worst that can happen? I know, go away or something like that. It's like, you know what? Fuck it. But me, that's not for everyone. Me, a couple of years ago, I would never have done that. Like, I don't know opinions, but I personally would never have done it. But I was like, fuck it. So I went over and asked him. I got a photo of him. I was stunned. I was like, yeah, I watch your content all the time. I was like, recognized. And I said to him, so he goes, shall I give you my number? And my phone that I ring people on was with my thing. So I only had another phone. I can't ring anyone on that phone. So I was like, here, I'll just give you my number and you can bring it. So I rang it and blah, blah, got his number. Right? I sent him a message saying about coming on, blah blah. I sent him a screen record of Danny and me talking about who we would like to come on the podcast. And I was him. He left it on red. Like,
Yeah. It wouldn't be something that wouldn't be a bad shout to try again. Like, you know what I mean?
man, you don't shoot, you don't score. Like, I
Persistence.
would love. It would be good to shout again 100% persistence, 100%. But I'd also like to look back when we're fucking up there and be like, here, by the way, I remember you didn't reply to me.
Yeah.
Get on that.
You can't be salty though. I think it's one of the issues with the guests is the fact that we don't actually have, like, most of the time when we record a podcast, we don't have a physical location either. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's handy, but it is handy to have online, to be fair. In the sense that we're making work on what we do have. Also, going back to that point as well, if you are watching, I probably won't be. Oh, I know you will be. You probably will watch this one day. Thank you for even giving your fucking number in the first place, because obviously he is a busy guy. He's fucking, he's out doing stuff, like, so I rate it, like, so thank you for even giving the number in the first place, because for some people you just be like, fuck, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, if you did do it to some people, I 100% understand, because you're a busy guy and stuff, so thank you for doing that in the first place. But going back to what we were saying there 2 minutes ago,
we were talking about actually having a physical location, which
man.
kind of lends perfectly what we were speaking to before the podcast.
Really,
But obviously, I'm in Liverpool. You're here in Crumlin, Belfast, whatever you want to call it. We can't really record in physical locations for the time being. But when, say, I come back from summer, we will be able to record in-person podcasts and find. That's what we're touching, a more effective way of recording in person.
100%. I wasn't even just touching for that there. I was thinking, after summer, if I can get to where I want to be, in the sense that, have more knowledge and more experience behind me, and like where I would like to be, at least making an income of what I'm trying to do, I would really consider moving. Because realistically, football was only one of the main, as in family and stuff, that's probably the main one. And then football, because I was taking it serious, but now I'm not, as I'm on the back burners at the minute. Football, and I genuinely believe I can I genuinely have the ability to get to, people are going to laugh at this when I say this, but I genuinely believe I can play our state football. Not even a debate, I genuinely believe I could do it, but I'm not willing to pay the price for it. I don't feel like. And that's something I've came to terms with, in the sense that, like, 500 quid a week to play football, don't be unbelievable. Who the fuck would not? And I'd be more grateful, blah, blah. But for where my mindset is and where I want to get to, I feel like, I can spend my time in a more, like, doing everything, if that makes sense, and make, I know money's not everything, like, but I feel like I can make a better outcome, or like a better thing. I think I can change people's life with what I'm doing currently, I feel like, which is pretty sick. I also feel like I can play football still too, but that's what I was getting to. Like,
where would be somewhere that you would like to move to?
Well, me and Danny were talking before the podcast, like, we're talking about Manchester, we're talking about London, we're talking about, what else you said, there's someone else?
Well, Dubai, but that's a very big one.
It's a big one, possible. Like,
London's a big one, though. I mean, it's probably more expensive to live in London than it is to live in Dubai, to be honest.
Yeah, well, debatably, yeah. Well, I can go to Dubai cheap, I'm pretty sure, surely. Like,
I think it's just like, if like we want to take this podcast serious and grow the podcast to a certain level, we need to be in a place where, say, the likes of big creators and big names are kind of hanging about.
Going down.
Whereas, like, there's not that much really going down in Crumlin, do you know what I mean?
But it's not even just Crumlin. If I'm being honest, it's not just Crumlin. It's Ireland, like, it's not like
the north in general.
It's the culture, like, maybe we talk about this already, but our culture is just like, what the fuck? Who gives you the right to do it? Who gives you the fuck? What are you doing? What the fuck? No, you can't do that. You can't do this. But with other places, they're all trying to do something, even if they don't really care as much. That kind of thing. I would say there's not much. If you look at YouTubers, right, how much can you think of in England or wherever it is? How much can you think of here? The comparison, like, is pretty much.
100%, I agree. But I think that, like, the main idea of moving would be kind of to surround yourself with people, as you say, obviously the exact same as what you're saying, who are like-minded and who are more, what's the word, less restrictive to this type of, like, career and type of, like,
what's the word? I don't want to come across as things, so I don't know what would be the word, but it's just basically who are actually wanting to reach on and get to where they want to be.
It's networking, isn't it?
Yeah, networking. Yeah, so like something with me, I joined that coaching mentorship that I do at the minute. See having like-minded people, you know, see as PT online as well, especially I can't feel lonely, but see having like people who are doing the same thing in the same group. You know, there's people I've only talked to once or twice, and they're all, you know, text me all the time, or like, you know, comment the video or like my video. I'm like, fuck, fair play, and then text all the time, by the way, you could do this to make this better, like content wise, or like, you know, anything like that. It's good. It's a good environment to be in because you haven't like many people. See, before I went and joined that course stuff, I knew on one hand PTs, and the only people I talked to is just little Jim Crumlin, like I didn't know anyone else.
Are you familiar with Ben Williams? He was talking about this on the GraphKings podcast. Great podcast. They've kind of just started.
What's that on?
They have a YouTube channel. It's called GraphKings, but it's these boys. It's these boys from Kent. I want to say it is. They're from, and they're kind of like created a podcast and created a YouTube channel. But basically, Ben Williams is talking about it like. He used the example of like going to the F1. People will be like, "Oh, why are you going to go to the F1? Say, spend £2,000-3,000 on a ticket." But it's like when you go there, you're speaking to people who are millionaires who could make you a millionaire. No, I mean if you make them your mate, and like
makes so much sense
along them lines. You know what I mean?
Do you know what it was like? I don't know. I fucking love Jordan Peterson. I love stuff, and I do like 99% of the stuff he talks about, or most of it. But what I found. I was going to watch Jordan 100%. I was going to watch Jordan Peterson. That was the main reason why I was going. But then when I got in that room and started watching it during my class, I was like, look at all the people around me here. Like, they're all on a Sunday night going to watch Jordan Peterson. So these are all like-minded people, like kind of similar anyway. But then also the people like I knew of. I didn't know they were going to that event, but I looked down. I was like, there's Tom Smith. There's my mentor who literally coaches me. He's one of the people coaching me sales and stuff. And I didn't know he's going. There's a guy, Daniel Dorgan, he's just coaching. He was there, I don't know he was there, but you know, there you go. One's doing PT and one does sales and like how to make money, and then there's Thomas. So I was like, so maybe that's a very good point. Actually, the go stuff, like maybe not actually for that specific thing, but the people you're around.
Yeah.
You know, that's actually that's a really good shout. So it was
100%. That's where you'll meet high value individuals. Do you know what I mean? And that's what he was talking about on that podcast. Was pretty interesting. It's like, yeah, it's fair enough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it does make a lot of sense to you for it. It does.
But back to what we're talking about moving somewhere. I know you've said it like Manchester, London, then Dubai.
Being Pacific or
be yeah. Give me be specific. Yeah.
I feel like Manchester and London is something that could. I think Manchester's definitely capable of potentially being like towards the end of this year. Like I generally think it's possible, like 100%. London is possible, but it's like hit or miss. It's like maybe. Like it's like
you have a nice income to be living in London comfortably.
It's like a maybe kind of thing. But Manchester, I think it's like definitely possible. Dubai, it's good for tax free. Good for that. It'd be a good experience. You know what it is? I would like. See, because I know it's good about what I do. It's mostly online. I know I'm doing away in person at the minute, but I want to just be full online. But if I can get that stage and be making enough to live, I can go to fucking Bali, fucking anywhere. Every 3 months, just move different continents. I'll be fucking sick. And you know, me and Danny I was watching this video, and I told Danny about it, and he was like, "Fuck, I've watched that too." And it was this girl, and she's going about Bali, and she's talking about
digital nomads, wasn't it?
Yeah, she's digital nomads. Just talking. Everyone goes here. What do you do? What is? As all these people, sales, marketing, drop shipping, all the rest of it. But they're all working online. But they all go to the same gym purposely to meet people who are doing the same thing. Which I thought for networking, I was like, fuck, that makes a lot of sense. That would be pretty sick. So maybe that would be something. But I wouldn't like to do it. I would do it by myself, but I wouldn't like to do it by myself. If you know what I mean. Like I would, because I know I'd do it for 3 months or something like that. But permanently, I like someone to be with me who I like in trust kind of. Maybe that's
when would it be something you would try? Say at the start of 2025, moving the likes of Asia for like 3 months, because I'm heavily considering.
That's not a debate. Like that's 100%.
I'll probably book my flights for reasonably soon.
Do you know what I think would be fucking a really smart thing to do? I've just thought of it in my head, and we were talking about goal setting and deadlines and all. Should me and Danny book a flight somewhere in 2025? Or no, what 2024 now? What are we in?
2024.
Should we book somewhere in 2028 and book it like to go somewhere, like pay for the flights? They're not right now.
I was going to say, you probably
Fuck,
can't.
I'm
You probably can't even book one for 3 years away.
How long do you reckon you can?
Probably like 6 months, isn't it?
Nah, because you can book one for this time next year, easy.
Well, probably a year then.
Well, see what the furthest one is. Say it's 2 years.
To where?
I don't know. Let's just say we should book it, right? And then we'll have a deadline when they're like, this is what we're going this time, so we need to make it work. So I feel like mentally that's a very good place to be in, because you're like stressed, like, fuck, I said it, I've already booked, I can't cancel, even though you can't cancel, but like, well, you know, to say can't, like, then it's like, you know, it's like that saying, do you know the guy, the mask, who call him?
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, so he wrote, I think it was like a check for himself,
Yeah.
how much money it was, and then and a certain date or whatever it was. By the time I got that date, he had like way more than that, or something like that. Something.
What was it? He wrote a check for himself for £5 million.
Yeah, something.
Then a week after the check was, he had the date on it for like 3 years before. He got like 5 million for Dumb and Dumber, wasn't it? Or 10?
Yeah,
no, 10 million was
yeah,
10 or
it's
something
mad,
along them lines, wasn't
which
it?
is crazy, but it's good. That's like visual. See something. That's why I'm trying my best to make a what do you call it, visual board thing. I really want to get
A vision board. I want to get a vision board this year,
Yeah.
definitely.
That's something I really want to do. But that's what I've wrote down on my laptop, or the why and all the rest of it. But I want to actually physically read it and then put it on the thing. So, and then we'll get a few pictures and stuff. But going back to the podcast, what we want to get out of it. So we said we want to do for Facebook. What about TikTok?
For TikTok?
Or not Facebook, sorry, Instagram. What about TikTok?
TikTok.
We're sitting on, I think we're sitting on less actually.
56, isn't it?
Oh, I know I get 54, right? Don't know what I'm clear. It is 58.
58. I think TikTok's one of them things that can grow exponentially a lot quicker than
When it rains, it pours, is what he said.
Instagram, because you can hit that one video and it can blow you up massively. I'd say for
You get
TikTok
on, like,
in a year, I'd be darn to say like 10k.
Serious?
What would you say?
Actually, I would have said like fucking, I don't know, 1k, like.
1k?
Yeah, high 1k, yeah.
Well, let's talk about where actually we posted that's something we definitely need to sort of this year, is posting them on Spotify. I think that is a massive blocker that they're not posted on Spotify. They're only on YouTube.
Yeah.
The podcast themselves.
Facebook as well. We don't do Facebook. That's something.
What, the clips?
Yeah,
the clips on.
Yeah. Facebook, more platforms better. Like YouTube Shorts, we don't really do either.
Yeah, YouTube Shorts we could do as well.
So what about 3 years time?
3 years
you're,
time?
You're in 10. I think I'm 1. I see.
I just feel like with TikTok you can't get that one that blows up.
And I 100% agree. It's more. I feel like you can blow up on any platform, but TikTok's just a bit more likely.
Yeah.
But right. So what are you thinking? 3 years time?
On what, TikTok?
Yeah.
I don't know. 50k.
I think 100k.
100k.
Big jump from 1k to 100k, but I've just got to, as you said, there, one literally.
That's all it takes on TikTok, isn't it?
Yeah, 3 years. So what about 5?
On TikTok, 1 million. Nah. from 100k.
We're laughing, but it's possible. Like
it is massively possible. Yeah, 100%.
Because think about it, we're talking this. Because we're looking some maybe. Well, I don't know me until I just
500k.
Until I just thought about this. Personally, I was looking at it from a place of what we're doing now. But in 3 years' time, if we get to the stage where like we are in Manchester living there or like wherever it is, and we have a visual setup,
yeah,
then I'm thinking of the sense.
And we're bringing high level guests.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about the sense of what we're doing now. And that was more my visual was, but then if I actually think about like, oh, this is what we, in that time horizon, 5 years, I say 500k too.
Yeah, it's so easy to get caught up and say the likes and the followers and everything, in terms of like say setting goals and all. But let's set the goal in the sense, like set some goals in the sense of like who would you want to bring on, and
serious,
like what conversations would you like to have within the next year, 3 years, 5 years, with who and with who.
That is a really good one. But I thought, what I thought you were going to say.
What do you think I was going to say?
He talks about a lot. I love how he talks about a lot. He's saying about everyone thinks about the outcome, but what about the things that are going to get the outcome? So the raps. So how much time do you want to post on each platform per year, per month,
and
per week?
How we can make the content actually more engaging for people listening.
100%. So maybe that's what we need to work on. I think that's most people don't do, and I think I don't do as well. So I think, fuck, that's actually smart. So Maybe that's what we need to do. What's the outputs we want to be able to do instead of looking at this is the outcome. What is the outputs we want to do? Not think about
The
the outcome.
inputs.
Yeah, the inputs. Sorry, what is the inputs we want to do? So how much? Right now we're doing quite well in the sense of when it comes to
Every week, like we're doing one a week.
well,
Like.
no, I want each. Those that's 2 on the platform. That's quite good.
I want one video a day each. Yeah, I thought it meant actual podcast.
One video each is pretty good. I think that's for a starting point. That's fucking sick.
Yeah.
I think that is quite good. But I think it's more like the engagement with followers, like through stories. I don't think stories. I think something we could definitely put on.
Yeah, and I think a massive thing would be
Spotify.
like with the actual podcast itself, planning it out more effectively and have a better structure to it.
Yeah, I know. 100%.
We are definitely guilty of
that thing.
Of winging it sometimes.
100%. Sometimes when we do wing it, like it does end up being fuck up actually really good, but it is better as we talk about it. It's better to have a plan in place and like what exactly it is. But it could be worse. You could not show up and just I haven't planned it. We're not gonna do it. We're still trying our best. Like think about we're near what we're 14. This 14 I think. So we're 3 months and 2 weeks or something like that, which is quite good for people that are just doing online and or got loads of things going. But I feel like that's another excuse for because we can't definitely make more time 100%. Like but going about podcast people in 1 year's time, who would you like to come on?
Who would I like to come on? In a year?
1 year. Remember, we're about to hit 4 months. Or we're talking about a year and 4 months.
I'd say a year from now, so 2025.
So
December 2024.
So December 2024?
Yeah.
Or 5th of January?
5th of January, yeah. So it'll be 11 and a half months. So.
Yeah, right.
A year.
So 1 year, do you mean isn't...
As 1 year from today.
Right,
we'll say the 5th of January 2025.
5th of January. Who would you like to say you've had on or like...
Yeah, like to say we've had on.
Now 1 year is not too long, I think, but like...
I don't know. That's a great question. I should have came prepared with an answer.
Yeah.
Definitely someone with with great insight into like say a specific side hustle or a specific business model.
Yes.
Like someone who's like say I don't know, like a really good dropshipper or a really good marketer or something along them lines.
Someone's in the field of like what we talk about kind of thing as well, but has like a better insight and more like connections and more like things that we can actually learn from them.
Yeah, like someone like maybe like a really like I don't know, like don't forget the way Joe Rogan brings on like psychology professors and professors of certain fields, like, and they just have so much knowledge into a certain field. I think something like that within a year would be class.
Do you know what? I feel like that would be possible because I think there's people out there that don't have much following and things, but then there might be people that won't want to come on because they're interested in all this. But I mean, who's to say we can't reach out or like find
shoot or shot like
or have mates that know someone that way. I feel like for me, if I was answering that question, it'd be the exact same thing that you were saying. I'll spit up cop out, like, but that's
complete cop out.
I'm
gonna cop out in the next one in the 3 year goal then.
No,
well, just while we're on this topic, to people listening, who would you like us to see that we could probably get within the next year onto the podcast to speak to and to hear their story? Comment below who or even on our Instagram, text us and say. What is the type of content that you would like to see within in the next year?
100%, and we will reach out to them. Like, why not? Like, fuck it.
Shoot or shot, you know what I mean?
3 years. We'll go with 3 years. I feel like in 3 years, if I keep going and Danny keeps going to what he's doing, he starts doing these blogs that he's, we haven't talked about that, like, but he wants to start doing blogs.
All the bigger social media presence.
Yeah, I feel like with the consistency of that in 3 years' time, I feel like I'll be in a place, and Danny will be in a place where we can, reach out to them people and not be like, oh, who's this guy reaching to me? They'll be like, oh, right, fuck, for a play, he's actually, doing something. 3 years. Oh, I can't think of specific names.
I know,
like specific.
You have to be specific, like, but it's so hard to be specific because there's so much people that you would want to bring on. Just we'll cut it down to one name, but when we say one name, we don't actually mean one name. We want to bring on people of that caliber. So
I'll put it in like fucking Tony McLeavy. I talk to all the time now. I like him to come on and talk about not just fitness, but I guess business and like what way he runs it and how he provides value to his customers and all the rest. I think I'll be sick. One as well who I might come on as well. probably my other mentor as well. And I feel like these may potentially come on. Like I
Yeah,
because I try to think the way that's like 3 years like soon like for like a
yeah.
we're risking, but me I want to get up to like 20k followers for these first. They're not like no.
I think one of the massive blockers is not having it on Spotify. But everyone listens to podcasts on Spotify. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that's
100%.
definitely something we need to sort out this year,
Yeah,
this month.
on this more Spotify. Yeah, so you know more about Spotify. I don't really listen to Spotify. I don't even have Spotify.
But
It's pretty poor for me, like, but I just don't have it. But it was definitely something I need to get. Be specific in names. It's hard. It is really hard, isn't it? Be specific because there's so many people out there. Like,
yeah,
like you're trying to think of a name at the top of your head, but there's so many people you listen to, and there's trying to be realistically at the same time.
and
as
it's
well.
like in 3 years there'll be other people who are more relevant to the time period. So if it's in 3 years from then, it's difficult.
Andrew Tate would be fucking one, but that's fucking 5 years, 10 years, you know. Something else. Andrew Tate, oh, he's sick, man.
David Goggins.
Oh fuck, he's a beast. He's I don't know. Did you watch this recent one?
With who?
Andrew Huberman.
No.
So they was like 4 days ago, 5 days
No,
ago.
I
Like,
haven't.
oh fuck me, unbelievable. Like his mindset's fucking ridiculous. Like
Yeah,
you know, you look at stuff like fucking me complaining about Cole Icebuff. That boy's out running fucking 30 miles. You're
yeah,
like, mate, if he can do it, why can't I get a fucking 3-minute bath?
literally. Or we classed around like a proper like funny person, like a comedian or something, like Paul Smith or something, or people from here like Shane Todd or something. We
See,
classed it on the podcast.
I'm not. I haven't watched. I haven't watched into it, but I know he is. Like,
Yeah.
but
Jump to 5 years. 5 years, we're at the pinnacle. We're at the peak.
500k on TikTok minimum.
We have monthly listeners on Spotify. We have
Yeah.
100,000. It's the creme de la creme. Jack, who you bringing on? Who's on this week's podcast? This week's episode?
5 years. 5 years. So you know, there's one I'm thinking about. I don't know if it's achievable in 5 years, but maybe it is. 10 years definitely. Like, but 5 years. Ooh, Alex Schmoozle, like
Yeah,
5 years though.
5 years, yeah.
10 years definitely, but 5 years.
Reach for the sky, isn't it?
Well, my man was literally on a call from like not long ago, and then I seen it on a story. I was like,
It's insane.
it's like, mate, that must be like. And he says in the call, he's like, mate, that's the most like. And that wasn't even the fact that the stuff he was telling. It was more like, mate, I'm on a call with him. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Yeah, it's not even that.
Iman Gadzi, I'd love to bring you talk to
Oh,
Iman
fuck,
Gadzi on a
he's sick.
podcast. That'd be insane.
He's insane. I think we're all naming the people we've named ages ago.
Yeah,
I feel
we
like
literally
yeah.
are.
So we'll move subject here.
We'll
Right?
briefly move on. We're kind of coming towards the end of the podcast anyway. But yeah, what we're speaking about New Year's resolutions. Do you have any more points on New Year's resolutions that you want to discuss?
Not really, but I'm intrigued with you. Like, what is it you're gonna do? Like, 'cause I know you're debating in 25. I know you said you want to get in the shape and all the rest of it, but is there any specific things you've said like this is what I'm going to do, or is there just like, oh, this is what I'm thinking about doing, or like?
Definitely specific things would be definitely go to the gym 5 days a week, run 2 to 3 times a week, ice baths.
How long for is it? Is it train for a marathon or just running?
Just running in general, just to stay fit because my fitness is very collapsed at the moment.
What about the marathon? Are you going to do it
I would love to try a marathon, yeah.
like this year?
Are you going to do a marathon? You're not being very, very...
I haven't been like 100%. I don't know if I'm 100% going to do it, so I'm not going to say.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I'm not going to. I think that you're probably the same boat with me.
Yeah,
I don't 100% say I'm going to do something and not do it.
yeah,
But I feel like, you know, that's the good thing about Danny and myself. I wouldn't say we're 100% stick to our word, everything we say, but we do our best to do what we say we're going to do, even though we don't do it all the time, but we do.
It's just
we're men of our word. We're trying to like actually do what we're going to say we do. It just sometimes doesn't actually happen,
yeah.
or it doesn't. But
It's
we
just
do
look.
try.
It's just look when you look at the logistics of actually training for a marathon. Like it's so time consuming.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? It's massively time consuming when obviously there's a lot of stuff going on.
I tell you what, it would make a fucking sick
Series.
Or
I'll be one thing we could do with the podcast building into more than just a podcast building and like a YouTube channel / that.
It's generally cool.
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
in that sense.
I 100% agree, and that's where our creative ideas come into place, and that's when if we do move thing, when everyone's studio place, while people working for us, and then man.
Reverting back to the audience, what would you like to see us do with this podcast / YouTube channel / whatever you would like to call it?
100%. I feel like everyone watching this would probably like to see what we actually get up to on a daily basis, or like what we're actually doing. But I feel like stuff like us doing stuff what we talk about, like doing a marathon, if we documented that and then made a YouTube video while posting our runs up on our pages.
Like a 10 week.
Yeah,
transformation kind of vibe.
yeah. I feel like people would connect with it a lot. I think we're coming down to the end period. So
Yeah.
before we get into the quote of the day, what has been your biggest struggle of the week and your biggest win?
Jeez, I don't even know if I've had that much of a win this week. My biggest struggle has been just the absolute mountain of uni work that I've had to do. Of so much tests and so much assignments to have to put in. My biggest win.
Ice bath, no? You're an ice bath this week?
Yeah, well, I could call that a win, going for that ice bath, trying to get back in the ice bath. So, yeah, maybe that'll be my biggest win. What's your biggest challenge and your biggest win, Jack?
Good question. Biggest challenge of the week would be getting in the ice baths. Hated every last bit of them. Also, just to add to it, would probably be what do you call it? Getting more work done. I always feel like we're doing more work 100%. I feel like sometimes I do get carried away, and also getting enough sleeping. Because I'm trying to 5 o'clock thing. Biggest win of the week would be getting in the ice baths. Struggle about a win. Getting in the ice bath. And yeah, it's about it. Getting in the ice bath because it was a struggle, like, and it was also a win as well. So yeah. Time to get to the stage. Is that what you were doing there now?
I was trying to find one, but I can't even. I don't even have connections in your house, but I have one in my head.
Oh,
So I'll just hit it with it.
I'll go right up to the mic. Right up to the mic. See, before you get in that, like, I'm not gonna lie, I do not have one quote, like, so.
You don't have one quote? I heard someone say this quote today. It was, hold on, I need to remember. Give me 5 seconds. People say the sky's the limit when there's footsteps on the moon.
Oh shit!
I heard that one today. I liked it.
Seeing you think, oh, that's actually sick. I know that is sick. I like that one. Like, I've never heard that one as well. That's sick. You know what? I'm looking for a quote. Can't find one, but I'll follow for one just top of my head. What was it? What was I say? It's more like a saying. It's not really a quote. Like, it's more of a saying. Like, the thought of doing something is worse than actually doing it. And it's not really a quote, obviously, but it's true. Like, going to the gym sounds shit and you don't want to do it, but once you get in, it's grand. Once you get in the ice bath, it's grand. Like, once you do stuff. So, a bit of a letdown, to be honest, of a quote of the day, but it's a good saying because the thought of doing something's always worse than actually doing it. It's like me recording the gym for the first time. I fucking shit myself. Like, once I start doing it, I was in flow state and no one really cared. Like, literally, like, so I think that's like anything, to be honest. Like, it's like,
literally.
When we first started this podcast, I mean, to some degree, I got lucky in the sense that I had started that fitness page. But to see the start, I shit myself. I was fucking every couple of slagging me.
Scared of judgment.
Yeah, but see now you get the stage where, like,
you don't actually care.
Yeah, and you do it for a long enough period. People just know you for the guy that does it instead of the guy that, oh my god, what's he doing? Kind of.
Yeah.
So it's just good, like, but
yeah,
yeah,
I think that's us.
I think that's wrapped up.
Everyone listening, thank you all so much for listening. We really appreciate the support. As I've said through the podcast about comment below what you want to see and who you would want to see on the podcast. Please comment below. We absolutely love the feedback. It helps us massively. But this has been Today's the Day podcast with me, Danny Malloy, and Jack Gray. Over and out.
Do you want to smell the kind?